Daily Manna from the Torah by Dr. Ketriel Blad. Shalom, dear friends. Welcome to the 7th Aliyah of Parashat BeHar, on the Mount. We find the 7th Aliyah in the book of Leviticus, chapter 25, verse 47 to 26, verse 2. Today's study is found in chapter 26, verse 2. You shall keep my Sabbaths and reverence my sanctuary. I am the Lord. When will the 7th millennium start? The Eternal says that the 7th day, Shabbat, is His. The Shabbat is the day of the Lord. The 7 days of the week are a prophetic sign about the history of the world. The Talmud teaches in Sanhedrin 97a and 97b, based on Hosea 6:2, Zechariah 14:9, Psalms 90 verse 4 and 92, that the world's history is divided in 2,000 years in desolation, 2,000 years with Torah, 2,000 years of the Messianic age, and 1,000 years of remission, after which the world will be renewed. This gives us a cause for thinking that the Messiah will come 2,000 years after His first appearance. When He came for the first time, the world had already been through 4 days of the week, that is, 4,000 years. Then another 2 days, or 2,000 years, were still missing for the day of rest, until the Messianic kingdom, the millennium. There is a difference between the Messianic age and the Messianic kingdom. In Psalm 90, verse 4, and 2 Peter 3, verse 8, it is written, For 1,000 years in your sight are like a day that has just gone by, or like a watch in the night. But do not forget this one thing, dear friends. With the Lord, a day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years are like a day. The first resurrection of the dead will happen after 2 days, that is, 2,000 years after the first coming of the Messiah, as it's written in Hosea 6, verse 2. After 2 days He will revive us. On the 3rd day He will restore us, that we may live in His presence. When Yeshua started preaching around the year 27 of the Common Era, Daniel 9, 25 and 26, He said that the time had come, Mark 1:15, Galatians 4:4. I think He was talking about the 4,000 years from Adam and the beginning of the Messianic age. On November 24th of the year 29 of the Common Era, 3,790 in the Hebrew calendar, there was a total eclipse in Israel, and soon after that, on December 9th, the same year, there was a partial lunar eclipse in which half of the moon turned into blood. 2 days of 1,000 years each, that is 2,000 years, we come to the year 2029. 5,790 in the Hebrew calendar. This corresponds to the year of Jubilee, according to the calculations that we mentioned in the Manna 32:1, the first one of this week. According to Prophet Yoel, chapter 2, verses 30 and 31, the sun will have to turn dark and the moon turn to blood before the day of the Eternal comes. With help of astronomical calculation programs, we can find future solar eclipses followed by lunar eclipses in which the moon turns red, all visible in Israel. The first one will happen on August 2nd of year 2027, 5,787 in the Hebrew calendar, this around 1 p.m. It will be a total eclipse that will be seen in Morocco, Spain, Algeria, Libya, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, and Somalia. It will be seen in part in Africa, Europe, Middle East, Western and Southern Asia. It will be almost total in Jerusalem. The sun will turn to darkness, and in that moment, there will be 2,000 years since Yeshua started his public service. Then, there will be 3 consecutive lunar eclipses visible in Israel. The first one will be on July 6th of the year 2028, 5788 in the Hebrew calendar. It will be barely seen in Jerusalem. However, on the following year, which will be a sabbatical year, there will be 2 lunar eclipses in Israel. Around 7 p.m. on December 31st of the year 2028, 5789 in the Hebrew calendar, there will be a total eclipse seen in Jerusalem in which the moon will turn completely blood red. On June 26th of the year 2029, 5789 in the Hebrew calendar, there will be an almost total lunar eclipse. The moon will be almost totally turned to blood. The prophet said that the day of the eternal would come after this phenomenon. The fact also points to the year 2029, 5790 in the Hebrew calendar. If this correction is correct, it's possible the year 2029, 5790 Hebrew calendar, is the year 6001 after Adam, when the Messianic kingdom will be established on earth. According to the rabbinical year count, it would be on the year 5790, which gives us a difference of 211 years. This difference in years is due to the fact that rabbis count 210 years of the sons and daughters of Israel in Egypt, while Torah speaks of 430 years, Exodus 12, verse 40. Which yields a difference of 220 years. 430 minus 210 equals 220. Besides, the calculation of the period of the Persian Empire is uncertain. The Jewish year 5790 will begin on September 10 of the year 2029. Will that be the moment of the Messiah's return? I don't know. It's possible that he returns before that to make arrangements for the establishment of the kingdom on that particular date. The interesting part is that with the counting of the years of the Jubilee and the last 2 millennia since the first coming of the Messiah, together with the signs of the sun and the moon, we have 3 witnesses that speak of the same. They all point to the year 2029. It is also possible that these witnesses don't speak of the beginning of the 7th millennium. That's why I give each one of you the freedom to believe it or not, and the responsibility to keep researching on the truths of these facts. Shabbat Shalom.